There are things that we experience but never talk about. A shadow moving in a corner, flickering of the lights, a disembodied voice. We invite you to talk with us, share your story, share your evidence, because this isn't just your story, this is our story. This is GhostBox.
Hey everybody, welcome. This is GhostBox Live. My name is Greg Bakun. Thank you very much for joining us on this Thursday evening as I have just wanted to, I felt the need from Spirit to try Spirit Box tonight. For those who are interested, yesterday I did a live with Debbie Romero, Transcend with Debbie. It's a program that she does every week, and I was lucky enough to be asked to take part in the show yesterday, and we did so, and we did a Spirit Box session, and it was pretty good. But then we also did it where we were able to do a crossover, and I hadn't done one of those in a while, and it was very it was incredible, quite frankly. It was a lot of spirits that crossed over, and a lot of just a lot of activity. And originally, when we asked through Spirit Box how many spirits want to cross over, we got the number 2,000, and I don't quite think that's quite right, but you never know. It felt like we crossed over a number. I'm not quite sure what, but it was very much. It was incredible, actually. So I wanted to do it again. Let's just be very honest about it. I really I've missed this, and that connection with Spirit was very important. And to be able to do that last night was also, or yesterday afternoon, was also very important. So I wanted to do that and invite everybody to join in. And for those of you who are unfamiliar, and first of all, if you're unfamiliar, if you haven't done this with me before, and it's been a long time since I've done this, basically what happens is tonight I'm going to be running the Spirit Box, and I am going to be asking folks, who do you want me to reach out to? And you will probably have a relative or a loved one that you would want to reach out to, and we can try to reach out to them. And in the past, I've had a fair amount of success doing this, and doing so, we can try to see if your loved ones come through. And that's just really what it comes down to, is seeing if they can or cannot, if they want to talk or not want to talk. And that's what we're going to do tonight. And we've had, when we were doing this on a regular basis, we would have a fair amount of excuse me, success doing this. So I don't know what to expect tonight. I always come to you all with just like knowing that we'll do our best. We'll see if Spirit comes through. And from there, we'll see if we get anyone who wants to talk to us tonight. And it doesn't have to be loved ones either. We're going to just open it up for anybody who wants to come through, anybody who wants to talk, anybody who has something to say. That's really one of the things that I enjoy the most about this, is getting Spirit to come through and just hearing voices, always just hearing voices. One of the things that we don't really, I did this a few times last year, and it really goes to show how infrequently I've done this. And because I'm not sure what's going on with Myth or Mystery, I'm going to kind of squat in their time slot for a while. I was also supposed to be on Things Network tonight, and I can't connect with them. So it's so I apologize to anybody who wants to check out through things. But if you're there, and I see comments coming in, and I appreciate it. One of the things I want to point out is, and I haven't done this the last year when I was doing this, is the return of our table. And basically, what we do here is we have all sorts of things set up so that if we're getting any kind of spirit communication that's outside of Spirit Box, we are more than, we're more than ready for it. Now, I can't get the focus on the obelisk that well. So the obelisk is saying, instead, never, and wonder. And all that came up just right before I started this live. So that is not, nothing new has come through. But I have the flashlight set. I have two K2s. I have a REM pod that had been going off, but it was going off a lot. So I moved it slightly just because I wasn't sure if it was picking up something. And so we'll see what we get here tonight, okay? But it's, as always, it's something that I always enjoy, and I hope we get some spirit coming through these devices tonight, because it just makes things a little bit more interesting, I think. Let's see here, looking at the comments. A lot of folks saying hello tonight. Anne saying hello. Ernie. Debbie is here, which I was on her program last night or yesterday afternoon. I don't know why I keep saying it's last night. Denise is here. Thank you all so much for joining me tonight. Hopefully we'll get some spirit. Sherry is here as well. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. And I just, let's see here. What else are we doing? Some other announcements. One of the things I do outside of this, actually every night I do, is a radio show on AM 950 called GhostBox Radio. I invite everyone to come and listen to it. I will probably be going over my own broadcast tonight, because tonight's a replay that we have Liz Johnson on. So if you're, depending on what network you're watching me on, I will be up against myself, which is fine. And then tomorrow's Casual Friday, so I invite you all to check that out. Also, still got my cough from my cold. I'd like to also invite everyone to take a look at charvidityfairs.com. There's 2 events this weekend, 2 different locations, Saturday and Sunday. I will be at both of those over the weekend, so you can come out and say hi and check out the fair. But go to the site to check out the practitioners that are going to be there. That is really cool. It's very, very cool, actually. And then, of course, as I always say, I always ask people, if we do get your relatives to come through, or if you are interested in, if you enjoyed it and you want to thank me, there's a couple ways to do so. You could always give stars, which really appreciate. We can also, especially if I reach out to a loved one successfully, please consider a donation if you so desire. Or also, I do a Patreon for GhostBox Radio. It starts as low as $3 a month. So thank you very much for that. Before we get going here, this is going to be my first time doing this without my little co-host. And for those who have been watching this for years, for the last 6-7 years, you'll know that this little guy has been with me every step of the way. And he's actually been he's actually been, positively, not negatively affected by spirit. But I've always brought him on and always made sure that he was there. And he passed away in December. And this is the first time I'm going alone here. Not to say he's not here in spirit, and hopefully if he is, that he's going to let us know he's here. But certainly the fact that he's not here tonight, my little Linus, is different. So I'm getting used to that reality, that's for sure. So tonight I dedicate this to my little co-host who has been with me through it all. So it's tough. It's tough when you have that that pets don't last nearly as long as we do. And that's probably one of the biggest, most unfair things. I mean, there's a lot of unfair things in life, but to me, it's that or the range of when you are. Some people are much more lucky than I am. When you're at the age range of having that window of time where you really, your parents get you, you get your parents, you're on a level that's more than just parents, that your friends. That window isn't very long either. Just that passes very quickly before, hopefully your parents are still with you. But mine had passed away for some time now. But same with pets. You have this very compact time with them, and it just happens too soon. It goes by too quick. And as it happens, I didn't have Linus for his full life. I've had him for 7 of his 15 years. And I was able to get him. He came from a loving home, but they also saw how much I loved him. And it made sense. So yeah, it's very it goes by quick, doesn't it? And we brought AJ through, which was my previous cat, Applejack. And Jeremy, I just want to say, I see that you're on there. Just want to let you know, I did try to connect to things, and it wouldn't let me. And I don't think it's your fault or things' fault. I just continually have issues with StreamYard, so I do apologize for that. So when I started this tonight, when I started up the REM pod, right away it went off, and I said, "Linus, is that you?" And it went off again. And I said, "Linus, if that's you, can you go off again?" And it went off again. And then it kept going off, and I said, where you get suspicious. And as an investigator, what you want to do is you want to believe, obviously, right? But you also want to know that you also have to have a clear mind. As much as I want him to come through, you also want to make sure that you are prepared for the fact that it could just be some equipment. And so it kept going off. And so I'm like, all right, if it is spirit, can you not go off for a minute? And then it just kept going off. So I just I switched out the batteries, and it hasn't really done anything since. I did get also, I also had this one up here. I had this one, and you all have one of these REM pods that have the 5, and then it has all these silly little buttons on the bottom here. And the fact of the matter is, it's this thing starts chirping, and it's okay, I can handle this. I can handle this chirping. And then it keeps chirping, and then it keeps chirping. And I'm like, I think I want to throw this against the wall and watch it break. It will satisfy me. So I turned this off. You could hit a button and it turns off. Sometimes it has to do with any sort of temperature change, which is oh, well, we want to know that. Well, not the moment. So I was just whatever. I turned it off, and then so I ended up putting switching out the batteries into that one that's on the table now, the one that was going off. So we're gonna see if that helps at all. Okay. So we have that going. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I need to remind you all of. It's funny, Ernie. That's one of those 12,000. It truly is. We didn't eat here for about 2 months after getting that. That was one of those. They are fancy, and here's the thing, and this is one of the great things about everything is, and that you all know this now, that the whole thing here is that people are making their own. I can't make my own. It's a funny thing. I'm so into Spirit Box, and someone will be like, and you can make them too, right? I'm like, no, of course I can't make them. Why do you make that assumption that I can make these things? I know I can't, but you can use them. That's all right, isn't it? Um, so I just, people are making their own now, and I have a bunch of them, and I'll put that in more and more uh, to uh, into the table, and we'll see. I'm missing an ovilus, which if you think that Ernie, you think the REM pods are expensive, the oviluses are also expensive, and this thing is 100 years old. I'm surprised it's even working. Um, so yeah, we have that. And Debbie says, yes, I have a homemade one from Paracon. Yeah, no, and that's the way to go. As long as they're working, right? And that's the main thing. And I see, let's see here. I see Mishar is here as well. Thank you for joining. Becky is like, oh, definitely, I'm taking care of my dad now. You know, so yeah, it's pretty incredible. Now, a couple ground rules I want to lay out for doing this. First of all, and I say this from experience, okay? Number one, if you ask for a relative or loved one to come through and they don't come through, please know it's not because they don't love you, okay? That is something that I can tell you for a fact that that is not the case, and I can tell you from experience that there's one gentleman who used to be on when I do these back 3 years ago or whatever, and he'd always ask he'd ask for his like stepdad or something, and I was like okay, and we try to bring him through, and he doesn't come through, and like we always say, there's no guarantee. And he's like, that's okay. He didn't like me that much anyway. It's like, no, no, no. You're missing the point. I don't think that's why he's not coming through. There's a lot of variables as to why someone might not come through doing this. So please don't just assume that, oh yeah, they don't love me. The other thing about that too, and I was thinking about this yesterday when I was on Debbie's program, is that there is a reciprocation going on here. I do believe if you are wanting a spirit to come through, I'm going to do whatever I can energetically, not using energy, my own energy, but energetically to bring spirit to you. I need you to want that spirit to come through, not just be like, I'd like my mom to come through and just wait. You have to, on your end, be like, okay, come through. Don't give up your energy. Don't ever give up your energy. I always say, I don't want your energy. I want your intent. I want your intentions. And that's a different kind of energy that comes out. So, don't just stand back and be like, well, where is she? You got to be like, come on, mom, I need you to come through. Can you do this for me, please? I need you to come through. And the way that I do it on a metaphysical level is I think about literally pulling them through, right? That I'm literally in my mind, I'm grabbing them and I'm bringing them forward. That's the way that I look at it. Um, and that's kind of, once I started thinking that way, that is where I started to get more success. All right, if that makes sense. I also want to make sure you all know, and this is where I was a little worried doing Debbie's yesterday, is because normally you want to have about 15 to 20 minutes before hopefully something happens, before something comes through. And doesn't mean it will as well. And we did it for a very short amount of time, and we got a lot of stuff immediately. Immediately turning it on. So that was important, but sometimes it just doesn't work that way. And I guess what I'm saying is because I personally here, when I'm holding this thing up, I can't see any of you, and I feel like kind of an idiot when I'm just sitting here and all we're hearing is static. And so I'm kind of reminding myself this, but I also want to remind you all too, if you're just like, where are they? Well, they're on their way. We just got to keep hoping. And if they don't come through tonight, they'll come through next week or whatever else. My intention is to try to be more regular with this. At least I'd love to do once a week, but at least once every other week or once a month to do it. So just which is more regular. This is a muscle, right? And you want to keep exercising that muscle. Ernie says spirits have the freedom to be wherever they choose. Our loved ones could be busy hanging at the beach or hanging with their ancestors. Getting message from them is an amazing blessing. Thank you for the school lesson, Ernie. All right. So with that being said, I'm just happy that Ernie is with us tonight. My gosh, greatness, right? Greatness in the comments. Is that what we're calling it? Okay. So once again, this is how we do it. We're going to do protection. Okay. We're going to set our intentions. If you don't do protection, that's up to you. That is, I can't force anyone to do it. What I do is I protect, and I'm going to show you my protection. And if you do it your way, do it your way. The reason why we're going to do this is simply this, is because our intention is for spirits of love and light. Doesn't always mean that it stops them. It stops them from still having negativity come through. And if I feel like there's anything negative or I can feel it around me, I will shut down this session faster than a speeding bullet. Many of you've seen this before. And from there, we will, see, can you see how organized I am? From there, we will do all sorts of, cleansing or whatever else. But from there, we shouldn't have any issues, right? We should be just fine. So, y'all ready for this? Ernie says, getting messages from me is an amazing blessing too. Yeah. Something like that. All right. Good, Wade. Thank you for joining also. I'm all about spiritual protection. Now you're talking my language. You got to, right? And we also got to do a close down for those who are still with me, who haven't been like, okay, enough of this. If you leave during this, just when we're doing the session, just close the session on your own. Just kind of be like, you're not allowed to talk with me. You're not allowed to follow me. This session is closed. Okay. You want to close, you open and you close. It's kind of how it works. All right. So feet on the ground, right? And from there, we're going to kind of start it. Doing this, you might feel some energy come through. I could already feel it personally, coming actually from my legs, moving upwards. How I do this, and you all have your own way, and whatever way works is the way to do it. Starts here at the heart chakra, and the way I think about it is everything is light, and I imagine a light that emanates from my heart, right? And that light just is going to get bigger and bigger. I'm going to call upon my relatives who passed, the ones who mean so much to me. I'm going to call upon Linus. I'm going to call upon my parents, everybody. I'm looking for protection, but I'm also looking for amplification of spirit wanting to talk to us. And perhaps the spirits that I call upon, the spirits that you call upon, will help amplify what's going to come through here tonight. And so we're asking for that light to grow and grow, making sure that you're relaxed. There's nothing to be tense about. If you want to take in a couple deep breaths and just relax, it's okay. This is going to be fun. There is no expectations. All we're doing is we want to reach out to loved ones. And if they come through, it's fantastic. If they don't, then we'll try another day. And with that, we only speak to spirits of love and above, love and light, those who mean something to us. I open this up for anyone who is not a family member to us as well. Our beacon is open. We are here for anyone who wants to talk to us. But once again, we only want to talk to those who have bringing positivity to this message. So with that light, I allow that light to move forward and grow. And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to create a sort of an armor around me. And this armor is my protection. And you can feel it going down your arms and imagine it going, just covering your body. It's armor of love. You know, it's there just to make sure that you are protected. And then from there, what I like to do is I like to take that and I like to push it out and cover every aspect of my house. And I like to cover every buddy who's in there. I have one person downstairs. I don't want them to be affected by anything as well. I also like to invite Spirit to talk with us tonight. To do so, I'm going to show you the different ways that you can communicate with us. It's up to you. So tonight, Spirit, I hold in my hand a device that will allow us to hear your voice. As I had said yesterday to Debbie, I wonder sometimes a Spirit has not heard their own voice in a long time. It doesn't mean that they're not communicating, but I don't know how they communicate per se. And so maybe they haven't heard their voice. Maybe this is, different for them. I don't know. Either way, we want to hear your voice tonight. This is loud. This is kind of annoying, but this is a great way to hear and understand. And we ask you to talk with us tonight, Spirit. Please talk with us. Please come through with your messages, especially for those here who have loved ones. They want to hear from their loved ones. So I ask my friends out here to put that intention out there. You want to hear from your loved ones. You want to allow others to hear from their loved ones. Spirit, I also want to let you know that there are a number of ways that you can communicate beyond the Spirit box tonight. If you come over here, that will go off. You do that for us, we'll know that you're there, okay? Also, you can put words into here, which the most recent one is dominate. And these, if you go near it, it lights up as well, okay? Or you can touch the flashlight and it will go off. These are just other ways. If you do not want to speak through Spirit Box, these are other ways that you can communicate with us, and we would be very grateful if you do so. This is the part of the program where I fumble to try to turn on the Spirit Box for a good 5 minutes because, number one, I never get the volume right. Number two, it always seems to cut off when I'm doing it. Luckily, I didn't do it with Debbie yesterday. I almost looked like a pro yesterday when doing it. I fully expect this to backfire today. But so we're going to turn on everything. Gonna see. There we go. I'm gonna do a sweep at 200. What I need you all to do is let me know if it's too loud or too soft, okay? I'm gonna turn it down. It feels very loud, actually. Here we go. My name is Greg, and I'd like to say hello to you to start with. Wondering if there's anyone there who'd like to talk to us tonight. Can you say hello, please? A little bit louder. Give me a second. Who's here with us tonight? I am. Can I get your name, please? Are you related with anyone in the comments tonight? Anyone watching? Are you related to them? And all that is nothing, right? So I would like anybody who is able to talk to any spirits, just say whatever's on your mind. If there's somebody you know here, can you say their name, please? We're very grateful that you are here. I have a lot of gadgets here that you could take energy from. Is there anybody here who needs help? Radio. Bridget, do you want me to try for Jim? Wade asked the question, what is your advice when spirits talk over each other and the words become random? I tell them one at a time, please. What do you recommend? I personally, Wade, I think you're right on. What do you do when the guy who's running the session talks over spirits, though? That's the real question. All right. Bridget, I'm going to do my best. Once again, if it doesn't come through, just know we can try again. It doesn't mean anything, okay? And I need your help, Bridget. Jim, I'm trying to reach out to you on behalf of your wife, Bridget. Bridget, if you hear his voice, let me know. Oh, Jimmy. Bridget says that I have the permission to call you Jimmy, okay? Jimmy, can you come through for her, please? Did you just hear your name, Bridget? Your name just came through. It was Bridget. Anyone else hear that? Jimmy, you heard it. You heard it. It was him. Unbelievable. Thank you, Jimmy. Well, that gave me the feels. Came through again. Holy cow. Thank you. I'm sure you have no idea how much that means to her right now. Jimmy, are you all right? Yes. Oh, afterwards, she says he hated anyone calling him Jimmy other than his siblings, so I knew I'd get a response. Jimmy, have you been trying to contact Bridget? Have you been leaving stuff for her so that she knows it's you? I don't think I've been getting anything more. New word in obelisk. Can't see that far away. Venus. Venus. Bridget says he appeared for a few seconds and leaves the smell of coconut-scented suave. That's nice. And it begins. Jill says, caption said, amen. Jimmy, can you turn on the flashlight, please? A lot of females tonight, wouldn't you say? Can you turn on the flashlight, please? And if you can't turn on the flashlight, can you let us know somehow? Bridget says, I wrote a paper on Venus, that statue for UMD, University of Minnesota Duluth. Jim typed and submitted it for me. As I keep talking over spirit. Folks, you'll know that's what I do when you watch this. All right, give me a second. All right. Come on. Son of a. Can you turn that off, Spirit? Because I can. Hold on. Professional at work. Yeah, no, it's not working. You're right. Jimmy, was that you saying that it's not working? Isn't that funny? It said not working. I know. and I don't think it's still working. It's not to get weird. It's not lubricated enough to kind of be on the off and on. Flashlight's my favorite thing, but it's also the hardest thing for me to get to work correctly.
What?
I like this. I like this too. Could read the obby with your hand near it. Focus cleared. Yeah, well, I'm not going to have my hand near it the whole time, Linda. Just saying. Nothing new anyway. Who else is here? Spirit, you must see that we're here to talk. And you can hear your voice. Who else is here? That's a name. Anyone else think that was a name? Almost sound like Sven. Did I hear that right, Sven? Sam? Courtney says scrap. How many spirits are in this room with me right now? How many do we bring through? That's interesting. Can I get a number, please? Number, yes. Here they said number, yes. May I get a number of how many spirits that are in this room with me? How would I know? That's great. I'm sorry. No, but you're right. I should have not assumed that you all know. Spirits, like, how would I know? I don't know that you don't know. That's why I'm asking. Ann says 3. Linda heard 3. Refined Divine says 26. Mandy heard 3. John says 3. Wade earlier said 3 females. Yeah. Char says sounds familiar. Yeah. We're picking up, aren't we? We're 15 minutes into this session. We're picking up. You get what I'm saying from earlier? Where have I been lately? Give me a sec. I'm looking for any spirits that reside at my work at AM 950 in Eden Prairie. Radio. John, you heard your name?
That's what
John, you tell me. You heard your name? Do you think it's about you? You'll know. Tell me. Do you think it's about you? John, you remember the last time we did a spirit box session together? Yes, you do, John. Don't give me that. You'll know. You think it has anything to do with you?
No. But
The name was just said again. Are you here for John Marson? Yes or no, please? Exactly. And who's here for John? Who's here for John? Can I get your name, please? Or set something over there off. John, do you have any that wasn't where I was going to go with this, actually. John, did you have any idea of who you thought it might have been? Because I do. Amber does, but I that wasn't who I was personally thinking. Do you have any thoughts? Let me know if you want me to stop this going down this road. Okay. Brian, are you here? K2 flickering? Did I miss that? I had my eyes shut. Brian, can you come through, please? Can you just say hi to your dad? It's odd because I actually thought your brother was here too. That's who first popped to me. Has he? John says that Brian has been giving him signs all week. Well, I don't know if you all caught this. When I said I thought it was his brother, Spirit Box said it's not. Brian, you've been leaving signs for your parents all week, letting them know that you're thinking of them. Oh, and daughter as well. Bridget heard I am. I'm happy to hear this because we're only in hour 1 of 10. Yep, you got it. For the female voices that are coming through, who are you? Yes, I'm doing a reverse sweep. Can I get the name of one of the females coming through, please? Who's been talking? Okay. Do you not want to identify yourselves?
I'm scared.
Linda heard Karen. Sarah also heard Claire. Claire, did we get your name right, Claire? Can you confirm, please? Word. I so badly, on the obelisk it says word. I so badly want that to be one. Can you confirm your name is Claire and her response is word? It is. I'll be honest, Amber, I did not hear that myself. If anyone else heard that, please feel free to tune in, join in. Look what he's done. I think that's radio. Brian, going back to you, Brian, you're still with me. Ariana's been getting your gifts as well this week. Are you trying to reach me? Now, Ernie thought he heard a male say, "Hey, Wade." Is there somebody here for Wade? Could you identify yourself, please, so Wade knows? Heard something about schedule, but I'm pretty sure that's radio, unless that means something to somebody. Well, if you want to reach out to us over there, you're more than welcome to as well. So, Wade, are you saying that you created that response in the spirit box? Did spirit just say boredom? How dare you? This is the exact opposite of boredom. All right, here. We're coming up on 10. I doubt it's related, but a random light just came on our bedroom. That's what Ernie Pack says. Somebody turn on Ernie's light at the Ditto house? Yeah? Do you know Denise and Ernie? Well, and Wade, that's the stuff that we constantly try to do, is try different sort of experiments as well, right? To see how can we push responses and speech to the spirit box beyond just spirit, right? So Denise and Ernie are saying that they heard their names. Thinking that they heard Sarah say hello, Denise and Ernie. So the question is, Sarah, are you here? Ernie was on my show Friday telling you your story. He made it longer than it probably needed to be, but that's just Ernie. But Sarah, can I hear your voice, please? She's often the voice hidden behind the others. Are there any spirits needing any help? Any spirits here need help crossing over? Okay. Should we try to cross over some spirits tonight? This is only for spirits that want to go. You don't have to, okay? But I can already feel there's a number of you that want to.
Okay.
You don't have to go, okay? And I hear, okay. All right. Thank you. My friends, I need your help with this. I don't ask for your energy, but I ask for your intention. Our intention is to cross over anyone who wants to. I will lead this. Let's see what we can do tonight. We had quite a bit of success yesterday. All right. I am opening up some light for you, okay? From that light emanates a beam. And that beam is you're going to need to follow to get to the light. I open that up for you to be able to cross over, to be able to be reunited with your loved ones. If something is holding you back here from something you have done in your life and you think you're going to be judged, you're not going to be judged. There's going to be loved ones waiting for you, okay? I'm asking you to walk towards that light. Do you understand me? I need you to walk to that light. Do you see it? Maybe it needs to be brighter. You're welcome. For those of you who haven't seen it, it's there. You need to focus on it. You can see what I'm seeing. I'll turn it into a door. And I open up that door. And that light is emanating from that doorway. You follow that and walk through that door, okay? Have you done it?
We're done.
We're done. We're done. We're done. Thank you. You're welcome. Anybody else who wants to do this, you are more than welcome. We'll keep this open, okay? I thought it said protect, but it says project.
Pretty much.
right, Wade? All right.
Wow.
Do you need anything else? Can we help you in any other way? I believe in it. I do too. All right. Let's shut down this session. We're going to shut this down in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Woo. All right. Before you all leave in mass exodus, I'm going to talk a little bit more if you all want to stick around, but just know this session is closed. No one is allowed to talk with us or break in our circle unless it's loved ones or unless we ask for it. Please know that you are loved, but we also have our boundaries, and we ask that you keep those. Once again, unless you're a family member. So with that, I'm glad you all liked it. I really appreciate that, especially being back for the first time in about 6-7 months. So I plan on doing this again. What was I going to say? Oh, Wade, your question, your thoughts, my thoughts. Let's see here. Wade asked the question, since a spirit doesn't have a physical body and mouth to manipulate and talk and take a step further, they are balls of energy. How do you think they form a word, and the vibration of the voice can recreate the voice? It is done on a mental energy pushed into the device. And I do believe so. I believe, if I remember correctly, I had Gary Galka on my show back in July of 2023. Fantastic episode with him explaining this. And I do think it's very similar to this, to what you said. They're putting their thoughts into the vibrations of the station, thus the static. Well, it doesn't necessarily need to be the static, but the sweep, I guess. And from there, they can form their words. I also, and you notice at one point I turned up the antenna. So many people, when I started doing this 300 years ago, were like, "Oh, we take out the antenna because that stops the information coming through, and we hear more radio." Gary Galka, who created this version of the Spirit Box, he's just like, I created it with the antenna to be up in mind of that, because it was able to pull in more. It's like if you're over by a radio station and you use one of these, the theory is that you're going to get even more responses coming through. And I don't know, say, how Stephen Hawking works with how he worked with his voice and being able to speak and stuff. I don't know. I mean, because I'm going to make a fool out of myself right now, because it's like, is there something similar with that as well? I really don't know. But it's interesting, and it works. There's so many people who are like, no, Spirit Box doesn't work. I beg to differ. I really do. So yeah, it's great to be back. It's great to do this. It feels so good to be able to see you all and speak. And you got closure tonight. Good. I'm happy to hear that. That's great news. I was shocked to hear, and I just want to say it right here, Bridget, I am so sorry for your loss, and I was shocked to read that. So I'm glad to hear that. And thank you. I'll try to be more regular with these. That's for sure. Before we head out, once again, I do want to urge folks. I am this weekend. I'm going to be taking part in the Charvinity Fair, both Saturday and Sunday. There are 2 different locations. Go to charvinityfairs.com and see where I'm going to be. Well, not just me. I'm the least of the important part of it. I'm least interesting. A lot of great practitioners there. Great energy. Maria Shaw is there. So please go check it out. Once again, this is kind of, I feel like the Renaissance Festival when I do this, but if, please consider sending me stars if you enjoyed this. If there's anything that you really felt was worthwhile, feel free. If you want to send a donation, you're more than welcome to. It's in the description, as well as my Patreon for my radio show, where we post episodes early, and where we just talk about ghosts, spirits, and stuff. So really appreciate that. Let's see, I'm just reading Wade here. Would it not be a good idea, after such a crossing over and all these frequencies are at one location, that a closing of energies to protect the room where the sessions occurred? I did just do a closing on it. But yes, I mean, absolutely. You always want to close, and you want to be able to set your, it's like a different sort of intention, right? That we had intention of what spirits, what we wanted from spirit to come in. Now we want spirit that we are closed, that this is not an area anymore, and to go back to where you were. And but we will be doing this again. You can come back hopefully next week and talk with us too. Let's see here. Bridget says that her husband had a stroke in May of 2023, lost his ability to talk, including saying my name. I needed to hear him say it tonight. Absolutely. And that's, at the end of the day, this might be my only role in the paranormal, is to bring through loved ones who have passed. And if that is my role, then I'm blessed that is it, because I wouldn't want anything more. That is truly amazing that I'm able to help people and help them feel their loved ones come through. And that means a great deal to me. Please check out my show every night at 10:05 Central Standard Time on AM 950. It's also on Get Haunted, GhostBox Radio with Greg Bakun Facebook page, other locations as well. And I really appreciate you all very much. I'm hoping to do this again next Thursday. While we don't know what's happening with Myth or Mystery, I'm a squatter. I'm squatting on their time. It's much easier for me to do it, I think, on a Thursday than a Sunday night, and a little bit earlier. So, because I always get people saying, my God, you're always so late. Everything I do is late. What can I say? I'm a late person. So keep that going. Reach out if you are getting any sort of dreams or anything from this you think is related to this session. Let me know. We can work through that. You shouldn't, but it's important that if you feel like there is something aftermath there, that you can reach out to me anytime. Just know that, okay? Please do so. You can find me on Facebook, just under my own name, Greg Bakun, GhostBox Radio with Greg Bakun, whatever. Other than that, I don't know if I have anything else to bore you all with. Oh my God. Why? So he won't leave me alone because a door opened in their house, and he thought that it has to be on Myth or Mystery. And every time you bring it up, we're going to push it back like 20 episodes. Just know that, okay? Just because it pleases me not to put it on when you ask to put it on, okay? I'm just saying, okay? So I'm going to fry a pork chop right now. Honestly, that's the news on Myth or Mystery is that GhostBox Live is taking its spot at the moment. That's what I know. So, when you're all here, honestly, I don't want to go. I really don't want to end this, because it's so fun to see all of you and see you all in good moods, because we had such a good session tonight. Please know that, and know that I also love the fact that all of you seem to get my dry, often very unfunny sense of humor, and that means a lot to me as well. So I appreciate all of you. I really do. I'll be back next week. We'll have another good session. We'll have another good night. Once again, this was dedicated to this little guy tonight. I didn't ask for him because it's not about me. I'll ask about him some other time privately. When I do Pendulum, he comes through. But he is very missed. And thank you all for always your support when I talk about my little co-host. I'll be back next week, everyone. Take care. Reach out if you need to. I'm trying to prolong this because I can't find the video file to close this. Here it is. See you next week.